What's going on, social media world? Welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday. I am your host, DJ The Force. And I'm happy to see everybody this fine and wonderful Tuesday. This week's set is going to be dealing with primarily the tip of the days that come into Virtual DJ to show you how to better manage your streams. And then if we have time and if we have availability, we'll answer some questions if there are some questions out there to be answered. So without ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to take a look at Virtual DJ. And as always, the music playing in the background is courtesy of one of my turntable brothers. So many walkers. He was on the stream yesterday. And he told me, for you DJs that are there that want to get his tracks, just let me know. He has given me permission to distribute it out for him so that you can actually take a listen to what he has to offer. But let's go ahead and switch over to what we're going to do today. I'm going to deal with the primarily the feature that I did learn, but more importantly, I want to take a look at a feature that is available to virtual DJ users, and it is called the tip of the day. So basically with the tip of the day, and I'll go into the settings. Generally, when you load Virtual DJ, it actually gives you today's tip. But if you miss the tip of the day when you actually start the system, and generally the tip of the day will display right here on the side, and then once the program's been up a few minutes, it disappears. But if you go over here to the tutorials and the settings, you actually get the tip of the day. And it's not displaying here, but you go into settings and then tutorials, and then it loads all of the different tips of the day. Just little tips and tricks to help you manage your library, use the program, make you a better DJ. And I'll say this about the comments that some DJs say. As a DJ, you can use what you need to use to make you a better DJ, as long as you are one who loves to craft. So myself, who started off a turntablist or a turntable DJ, actually started using Virtual DJ because it helped me to refine some of the things that I wanted to do but was unable to do, either due to the I don't want to say inability, but due to the lack of muscle control to actually perform some of the tricks where the program can actually kick in and set things up so that you can do stuff, some of those tricks. And once you learn the muscle control, then you can actually do it yourself. But it does help, especially when you're doing certain theme sets or things of that nature, you can actually use Virtual DJ to help you organize on the fly. But one of the features that was brought to my attention that I do like is the filter option. What the filter option does, it allows you to do certain things or filter certain things out by your search parameters so that you don't have to hurriedly or rushingly go through your crates or your tracks to find what you're looking for. It actually helps you organize it so that when you do a small search or a quick search, you can actually have filters in place to help you find those extra things that you're looking for. So we're going to take a look at it, and the filter option is right here in the corner. Let me take the highlight off of the music there. And just to FYI, those are the tracks that you're listening to live. And I'm using, and since I have it in here, I use another feature that's available, the Auto Mix feature, where you can actually program Virtual DJ to actually do some of the DJing for you. I know a lot of DJs frown on that feature as well because you're letting the computer do some of the work. But this is a great feature to use when you are doing something like setting up, or you're having dinner music and you're the MC and you're a single DJ, no roadie or anything of that nature. You're your DJ and hype man, and you're doing something where you have to do a certain performance, or you have to do certain hype. You can actually preset the music to play, and then you can do the hype work or the mic work to get everything looking professional. And in that, and I'll show you here, you can actually, in the settings of it, determine how you want it to mix, where you want it to mix. For example, here, that little white area right here is the section that I have programmed the Auto DJ or Auto Mix to begin blending in the next song. I don't have it wait till it gets to the tail, because sometimes you just don't know what's going to be there. And if you can program it to do something like go to the break of the track and then mix at the break, then it does that automatically, and you don't have to worry about it not sounding professional. Just another feature that's out there. But again, we want to talk about the filter feature. And right here, when you have your filter feature, it'll ask you to edit your filter features. When you go to select edit, and it is not going to let me show that feature the way I want to show it. So just give me 1 second here. I want to change a feature in my OBS. Okay, now I've switched the scene a little bit. All right, here we go. So now I can show you some of the features here. So now when you go in here and you hit the option here in the corner, it goes to edit. Once you select edit, then you can add your filter type. Now, like for example here, I have my filter type set to find file types that are MP4. So what this does is it'll find any video that I have based on the search parameters that I put into the system or into the search feature. So what basically, to add your filter, once you're on the screen, you hit plus, and then you have menu options of what you want to pull up. What are you looking for? And it ranges from title all the way down to scanned. Has an edit. I'm just looking at a few things in here. Last play, first play, a particular year. So for an example, on my R&B Monday, this coming Monday, the listeners voted to have nothing but 80s music. I can actually select that, and when I type in the search parameter that I want, it'll find everything that has the 80s or a specific year in it. You can do a beat difference, and I'm going to start with the beat difference. I'm going to show you just how to do it. I wanted to list it. You have the option of listing. You want it to equal. You want it to be, I don't know what that particular one is. Equal to, I believe it is. Less than, or greater than, less than, greater, or equal to, or less than and equal to. So I want to put, let's say we're going to pick this condition. So I want a beat difference. And I want it to be greater, equal to or greater than 2. So let's change that a little bit. I think this is greater than or less than. I'm going to make it equal to 2. Once you've put the parameters in there, you just close, and then now the filter is now available. So you can close the video or close the link. You can actually then do your search for a song. I want to start with a video first. So, I need to find a video. I want to find one that I know is a video. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cheat a little bit. I'm going to go into my video. I have a service that I miss that I can look into, and it was called a DJ pool called Video Tools that actually allowed me to download videos. So we'll go into Video Tools here. All right, so I'm going to come out of there. I kind of did cheat and see what I want. So let's do a look for In the Club. So now what it has done here is listed all the tracks that are in the club. So now I want to change the filter to file types. And now what it has done when I change the filter to file types, it has found filters of videos that meet the criteria of In the Club. So right here is In the Club, the video, the official video. What we have here is Spotlight, and I believe this is a mashup between In the Club and Spotlight, and the same is here. So these are videos that I know are on my computer based on what I've typed into the system. So if I wanted this to give me a beat range for example, of this same track. I go back here. I select the range. And based on the criteria there, it's saying that is so when I select the range, and I'm looking at in the club's range is 94. So when I go to 94 to 85, it filters out based on that criteria what was in that range. So it's just a little nifty feature. It takes some playing around with to get with, but you can actually start looking up information. And I'm just going into a folder here that has music. I want to uncheck file type because this folder doesn't have music in it. So now I want to give it a beat range. I want music between 88 and I believe it was between 88 and 95. So all these songs in that range is inside of that range. If I want to go in that same folder and say I want 120 to 127, and that's just one of the nifty features you can do. You can filter. One of the things I do like about Virtual DJ is it does a filter database all on its own, which is over here on the side. So then you can actually go in here and kind of do a double filter. So this is filtering the metadata. And on yesterday's stream, I did a funk set. So I played the funk that I knew, but I wanted to add additional funk that I wasn't aware of. And in the process of me DJing, I had internet issues. I had to stop and reset the internet and come back on. I didn't want to start the stream from scratch as far as the tracks I use for funk. I wanted to stay kind of where I was when I disconnected. So I was in the range of 120 beats per minute when I disconnected. So I simply could come to this funk folder that's already organized by metadata, add that extra filter. Now all the funk tracks that are here are going from 120 to 126. 126, I selected 127. But if I wanted to go to a lower track range, I could turn it off and say, I want to stay 70 to 79. Those are the songs that will meet that requirement. So then in this folder, I want to kind of know what videos are in here. So if I click on file type, I do have one video that came up in the search parameters under funk. And that's what I like about it. I'm playing house. I'm just giving you scenarios here. I want to play house music. So here's my house folder. And this is specifically the genre of general house. This is not the subgenres, for example, soulful house, Afro beats, Afro house, tech house. None of that. It's just basic house. So in here, I want to do that beat difference. So let's grab let's go scroll a little bit. And I see the track, The Heat. I just want to do a search for the heat. And I'm going back in there just to make sure I got the parameters set. And anytime you have questions, you can actually go to the help option. Because as I said, this is a new feature I'm learning about. So then it gives you a tutorial on the quick filters. Says with the beat parameters that was set in this tutorial with BPMs greater than 130, it starts selecting only tracks that are larger than 130. So in that here with my example, I want to adjust that to 120. Let's say 121. See, it just takes some playing with, so let's try and get an understanding of what this is doing here. So I want to edit. Let's make it greater than 121 and see what happens. We add the condition. Based on the example they gave us, and we'll go through it step by step. Click on the plus icon. Oh, that's what I messed up on. The instant filter, it's like I didn't assign it a color, so what that does is assign it a color so it pops up on the screen. So let's edit that, go into the settings, actually it's talking about the color rule. Well, let's start with that. It allows you to automatically assign a color based on a criteria, such as highlighted, already been played, adding colors. To get started with the instant filter, click Instant Filter at the bottom of the browser panel. Once you launch it, you hit the plus. We're going to close that. To get started with the instant filter, click on the instant filter button at the top right of the browser panel, which we did. Color rules, that's what he was looking at. So we want to hit plus to color rules. We assign red. Select the title. Let's go with BPM. And let's say, right now it's set to equal. Equal or greater than, whoops, 120, that's what we'll put. Or equal and less than 120. So now with that filter in place, everything 120 and below is now highlighted. As red. We go into the filter again, we go to edit. So I want to add another color break. Let's say I want to do yellow. Nah, I like green better. Green. Beats per minute. Equal to less than, and we're going to make that 110. So now they're in there. So now when I scroll down, well, must have did that one wrong. It's a learning process here. So what happens if I get rid of this one for now? Okay, I get it now. Because I gave it a, what's going on, DJ T-Rail? We're just going over features of a virtual DJ and how to improve your database through the filter option. And we're kind of learning through it together here. So I want to change, get rid of that for a second. I want to update this one here. So what happens when we make it that? Whoops. What's going on, the ambassador? Welcome, welcome. We're just learning how to do different features with the filter option that comes in default with the latest version of Virtual DJ. I wonder if I put it here, add that. So now the filter says if it's below 110, 110 or lower, mark it green. Let's name this one yellow. Make that 111. So now everything above 111 is now yellow. We add an additional filter and say BPM 120. And let's see, nope, it doesn't do it that way. So you can do some editing. I wanted to see if I can actually do ranges to actually say, hey, I want this BPM to this BPM, this color, this BPM to this BPM, that color, so that we're able to see where our music is at a glance. So it's still something that's a work in process. All right, yeah, that's kind of a good question there. Let's take a look at that question. And I stopped the music. Okay, there we go. Here's the question of the day. DJ T-Rail says, just curious, have you had to make any adjustments to your laptop after you buy it running your DJ software? Because I have a serious delay when I'm searching songs. Yeah, the first question that the ambassador asks is a great question. How large is your library? But before that, what software are you using? Because I know the major problem I had with search delays in my virtual DJ is I didn't have enough processor for it. Once I got a laptop with enough processor, and I have a 12 gig of RAM i5 Dell Latitude running my DJ software, I don't have lags in my database. and I have over 4 terabytes of music. I will say though, if you have not accessed the music, it will be kind of hard for Virtual DJ to find it. A lot of the times I will have to take Windows Explorer. If you're on a Mac, whatever file folder system you use, search for it, drop it into Virtual DJ. Once it's dropped into Virtual DJ, then it will be able to find it in future searches. Because that's kind of why I am not a Serato or Rekordbox DJ person. Their database just takes forever to load everything. Yep, and I noticed the same with Rekordbox. It takes so long for it to load. I have to specific. If I use Serato, I have to know exactly what I'm going to be playing, and then I don't connect the hard drive. I put it on a flash drive, connect to the flash drive, and let it load the database from the flash drive. And if they want me to go outside of that, then I don't know what to tell them. But that's kind of why I stuck with Virtual DJ, because if it's Virtual DJ is more of a file folder system, so you can actually, it doesn't actually load a database. It actually, once it identifies the location of the file, it drops that into a Virtual DJ file that is resident on every device that you connect to your computer that has music on it. So that's why I'm a Virtual DJ guy, because I can take my music anywhere, and if they got Virtual DJ, I don't have to wait for a database load. And then the Ambassador, based on our text this morning, what you're hearing on the background is what's waiting for you on Dropbox. Well, I don't know what you mean by game changer. You're welcome. I don't know what game changer. I know that there's a professional DJ version of what people consider the standard for professional DJs, and right now it is Serato with Rekordbox gaining some traction, as well as the Prime 4 system gaining some traction. But even with the Prime and the Rekordbox version, their database still has to be developed or has to be indexed on your Rekordbox before you can use it somewhere else. DJ Bruce 79 with that raid. Welcome Raiders, welcome Raiders, welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday. I am DJ The Force. We're dealing with general questions in regards to tech, as well as some features that I was showing you in Virtual DJ, because I am a Virtual DJ. For me, it's the features that it's my biggest draw to Virtual DJ is the way it handles the music. In the later versions, they did come with a better sound engine, but previously Serato sound engine was a whole lot better than Virtual DJ. In the later versions, they did come with I have a duplicate voice because I did something stupid. The voice should now be going. Broadband. Turn that off as well. It is limited. It's gaining ground though, and kind of the reason why I say there's not no game changer. So a lot of the stuff, of different softwares, they cater kind of to a style of DJing, and people don't realize that DJing has many, I want to say, subtitles as music has subgenres under a particular genre. Because you're a DJ doesn't mean you specialize in something. You have some DJs that are pure battle DJs that do all the tricks and tips and got turntables, and they be cutting and scratching and remixing on the fly. That's what I believe Serato was designed for, those DJs, so that they can have the software that could support their style of DJing. But like I say, there are so many different subcategories or subgenre to DJing. You have your battle DJ, you have your club DJ, you have your house DJ, you have your wedding DJ, you have your special events DJ, you have your sound production DJ. I mean, you even have your skate DJs, you have your, I want to say stadium DJs, and it's so many different genres that the software can't accommodate everybody. So each software manufacturer kind of caters to a certain group. And that's why Serato has become the standard, because I believe it has the battle DJ in mind and the club DJ in mind. And since those are the two, I want to say, highest or prevalent subgenres of DJing, that's what they cater to. When you get into something like Virtual DJ, it kind of levels the playing field for everybody. It does a little bit of everything. It's not the best fit for some DJs. That's why they don't like it. But it is still capable of allowing them to do their style of mixing. And then it gives you extra features that the other softwares don't, because they're catering to the style of the DJ. And for me, I'm a house DJ that plays other genres, for example. Well, Pioneer is trying to push, and that's the thing. Pioneer is trying to push Rekordbox as the standard, but depending on where you go, you're not going to have that standard. So you'll go into your major venues where you are having a pre-set up system and you're just dropping whatever you need to put on there. You go to some places, you just need to bring your laptop. They got the setup there. And then you got some that just want you to bring your flash drive or your hard drive or your music and use their setup. So those venues kind of tailor the standard, because if they have their house system and they have 212s and they have, and I'm just throwing something out there, an S11 or an S9, and they're using Serato, that's what you're going to rock with there. They're not going to let you too much mess with their house system. They just want you to drop your hard drive in, plug it in, and play. And then you have and I don't want to call them the hole in the wall, but your smaller clubs that have the same setup, but they're not at the level of the higher clubs. So their equipment is going to be antiquated. In some cases, you're going to have them with the original 1200s from 1977 or 76 with a mix track mixer, and they may have whatever they may have. So right, and it's becoming the club standard. But then, like I say, it varies depending on your different venues. So, like I said, Rekordbox is making some traction, strong traction in that area, but they're getting some opposition, especially from the Prime systems. If they get those Prime systems in those major clubs, that will become the standard. And then you have to have your Prime system, which I believe the Prime system has you preload your flash drives in a format that the Prime system understands, or your flash drives, and then you go play there. But the myself, I'm not a club DJ, and I'll tell you this: the last time I was in a club DJing, Lord have mercy, that long ago. We weren't in this century. We were in the 20th century the last time I actually did a club or DJ at a club, because that's not my style of DJing. Originally, I was a mobile DJ that actually went to an online DJ. I've been streaming online now for almost 10 years. So I will occasionally go out and do a function, but I have not done, I won't say I don't do clubs. I have not done clubs in a long time. So I base my understanding of the industry standard by what I observe from other DJs and other talk shows that I watch. And the battle right now, hey there, God's Pearl. The battle right now is Rekordbox and Serato, with Prime coming up slowly. You doing all right, God's Pearl? God's Pearl is a part of Club Force. She has a array of jewelry and clothing. God's Pearl, if you can, please drop your link into the chat so they can actually start patronizing you here. Right. Well, the last time I was in a club, I wasn't even using Technics 1200s. I had the old Gemini 1200s. If y'all even know about those, I still have them. I had a two Gemini 1200s and an ATUS mixer. If y'all remember the company ATUS, ATUS. That's the last time I was in a club. Anytime, God's Pearl, you are Club Force, so I am going to support you. The only reason I normally do the advertising for you with your commercial, but because of today being Tech Talk Tuesday, I don't have that information available to me, because we're actually doing a conversation over improving your streams, getting you set up to do stuff that you want to do. And right now we're at the general questions period. And God's Pearl, DJ T-Rail is a Michiganer. he might be interested in getting stuff for she is First Lady T Rail. Yeah, I put you on blast, DJ T Rail, in case she's listening in the background. But we're actually here doing different. We're doing tech talk here, trying to improve the streams, trying to get people. And I don't want to say specifically DJs. Today's set was about DJs because I was talking about virtual DJ and one of the features that I had learned about with the filtering to help us be able to track down and find our videos or find music on our computers faster at a glance by just doing a search and having the filter already looking for that information for you. Oh, did y'all see that? When shopping with her, use the code Harry. Use the Harry code HH20, and she knows that it's Club Force making the purchase, and you're going to get 20% off. One day, y'all, we're going to get her, and we've been talking about it, we're going to get her streaming on Twitch so that she can actually air her wardrobe and her, what's the word I'm looking for? The things that she sells. I just can't think of the word right now. And what program are you using, DJ T-Rail? As far as your DJ software? I missed that. Apparel. That's the word I was looking for. Jewelry, accessories, and apparel. That's the word I was looking for. And I couldn't put it all together to say all that. I use for my streaming and one Lenovo that I use for my DJ software. Right. So I got two Dell Latitudes that I do the same thing with. The one that I stream with, they both have i5s in them. I could look at the model number real quick, but I got two Dell Latitudes. The one I stream with has 16 gig of RAM in it. The one that I DJ off of has 12 gig of RAM in it. Plus it, the majority of my music is on external hard drive. I have a small library on my laptop to compensate for a hard drive crashing in the middle of a party, because that has happened to me. So I keep kind of like the most popular and relevant music, like your hustle music and stuff, on my hard drive so I can keep the party going. And then majority of my music is on a 4 terabyte hard drive. Right. That would say I got 4 terabyte of music, and I can't even count to one, and Virtual DJ is up. And if I switch back over to Virtual DJ real quick, and scroll down, there's still music that it has not even touched yet, as far as doing the analyzing of it to get the beats per minute and all that stuff so it can be categorized. And that's just, I want to say that, yeah, that is just one, that's just one genre. That's not what we're looking at, just one genre. That's not my whole hard drive. Well, she's online. She does a lot of events. I don't know if she has. She doesn't have a brick and mortar store. If that's what you're asking, DJ T Rail. And for her privacy, I'll let her answer the city information of where she's at. And you know, if it wouldn't be for the fact that I'm playing the music from Virtual DJ, I'd actually shut it off and let you see how fast it starts up. Oh, so you're with Rekordbox. Okay, cool. And you could have said that 1,000 times and I missed it every time you said it. So I bought the DDJ 400 to try Rekordbox because the DDJ 400 was an inexpensive way to get the Rekordbox software without purchasing it, because I didn't want to purchase it and not like it. And one of these centuries I'll turn it back on and look at it again. Because I'm kind of like you, DJ T Rail. It's just that I never went anywhere else. Excuse me. Because the one thing I do like about Virtual DJ that the other software companies don't do, they really make themselves user friendly with all controllers just about. So I purchased a lifetime subscription with Virtual DJ. So right, I'm never switching away from Virtual DJ unless they do something that like lets me think and the software does it. I probably will never switch because I bought the lifetime subscription. So I don't worry about the software. I just buy the controller I want, make sure, check with Virtual DJ to see if they've come out with the version. I mean, that they have a version that's compatible with the controller that I'm buying. If it's compatible, I buy it. If it's not, I just wait until it is compatible. Because with Virtual DJ, 9 times out of 10, it's not occasion of if, it's occasion of when it'll become compatible. And then the other thing that I do like about Virtual DJ, and it's just me being a computer guy, is I like the fact that Virtual DJ takes the time to even go out and create the skins to match the hardware that you're using. So DJ T Rail, your answer is she's in Pontiac and she has an online store. She is not brick and mortar. But I will say from personal experience, I buy a lot of my merchandise from Miss Sexy E from God's Pearl. DJ T Rail says, Rekordbox, they say it's a database. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. The most important thing to do with your music, Rekordbox, is tagging. which I'm learning to do more of, and then create an intelligent playlist, and it will automatically snatch those tracks in an intelligent play search or playlist. Yep. And that's what and my understanding is that Rekordbox does that a whole lot better than Serato. I have all three programs if I do want to use them. But a lot of the stuff that you're looking for in Rekordbox, we kind of already got in Virtual DJ. So it's already by default, nothing I did. It creates this filters folder. And this filters folder actually does some intelligent filtering so that you can do what you want to do. Even Virtual DJ does something like, if you notice here, there are check marks beside the tracks. That is because Virtual DJ has already identified as these being in the harmonic key range to mix with, so that your mixes are harmonic when you actually do your transitions. So that's something that I like about Virtual DJ, is that it actually anticipates, hey, you may want to play this song with this because it actually is in the right key range to be mixed into. And then that's why I asked, because Virtual DJ automatically goes out and find all your duplicates so that you can actually clean up your database. So once you have and see, I'm in dual mode here. I'm being the super salesman or the super salesman and tech guy. Just in case you didn't see that, DJ T-Rail, you can check out my store at twinzale.com. Feel free to also follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/Twinzale Boutique, or join my VIP group, which you'll see all the new incoming items for the upcoming season, as well as discounts to purchase in advance before the item is released to the public. It is a comfortability concern. It's a comfortability concern. It's my knowledge of the software and how they have already prepared themselves for future purchases of mine, where I cannot 100% say about that with Serato and Rekordbox. Because even with these controllers out here, they're always coming out with a Rekordbox or a Serato only board, and that bothers me a little bit. Well, that's why I said it, because just in case you weren't looking. But don't worry, God's Pearl, if DJ T-Rail says, hey, who's that lady who came on the stream and wanted to sell stuff, I'm going to be quick to give them the information. Don't worry. And like I said, you are right. It is a comfortability thing. And I don't know if any other software, and y'all can correct me because I am sheltered because I stay where I'm at in comfortability zone. I don't know of any software that's auto mixing and blending and beat matching and doing harmonic mixing automatically. Well, you can use it. Oh, Rain. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted the Rain, those Rain wells, but I don't want to go to Serato. So I'm just going to buy some turntables and use DVS or use Phase. I mean, I won't kid you. I do miss the feel of turntables. There are things that I won't even try because they're not turntables, and I don't have the muscle control that I would like to actually do it on a controller, to do the motions on a controller, because a lot of my memory muscle or your muscle memory is based on turntables and the exact spacing between the fader and the turntable so that I can actually do certain tricks that I'm not confident of doing in public on a controller, even a big controller, because it just doesn't feel exactly the same. So we basically kind of covered what I wanted to talk about with the filtering option with Virtual DJ. Do we have any questions? I know we've been kind of fielding questions already, but any questions that we may want to talk about? Whoever that is don't know who I am because they're calling and I'm streaming. The ambassador, I know that you got that. Gosh darn, I done forgot the name of it already. I done seen it on Instagram. You done text me about it. The Elgato Stream Deck. By chance, any streamer on the stream uses that particular service? And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a manual control deck that can plug into OBS, and you can program it to actually switch through the different scenes without you having to deal with the mouse and the keyboard. I'll make her pop her head up, even though she has been the super mod here today, Miss Sexy E. When I pop up and say, after talking to you, Ambassador, I was thinking about getting it for her streams. Her head popped up. And let's do this. So that you have an idea what we're talking about when we talk about the Elgato Stream Deck. Well, it's looking for him. It ain't finding him. You know, I haven't. For a moment, I was looking at the. I forgot the name of them. The Audio Technica LP 120s. From all the reviews that I've read from those, they work almost as well as a Technique 1200. It's just that their construction is not as solid as a 1200. So the average DJ says that they would more than likely use it, but they wouldn't like take it out to the club or something because they would be afraid of it being damaged. And with me, if I buy 12 turntables, they're going to be in my studio. They're not going to be mobile. Melon, is that what you're talking about, DJ T-Real? Or is it something else? But that is the, while you're typing that in, this is the Elgato system. And basically, what it does is if you're looking at it, it actually allows you to program it to set, it interfaces with OBS, and it allows you to select your different scenes, features, devices from the keypad as opposed to using the mouse and the keyboard to go through your scenes and sources. So you can pre-program them to be in a certain spot, and while you're just sitting here talking, you can just press the button. And I just simulated pressing the button. Nobody noticed it, but no, of course nobody, unless I move too close to it, you don't notice me with the mouse and keyboard either. But it basically allows you to integrate with OBS. I know the Ambassador is testing one out now. And as you can see, as it's saying in the description here, it buds right up to OBS. And the thing I noticed about this system is that if you are a new streamer, you do need to install OBS prior to installing the Stream Deck software, or you're going to have to reinstall it. The software if you have not installed OBS, and it actually creates a plugin that goes into OBS so that you're able to control it from the different switches. So you can turn your mic on, you can turn your mic off, but Streamlabs OBS remote. I haven't looked into that. That's something we may have to look into. My primarily preference is OBS Studio. I really only use Streamlabs OBS if I am playing a game. because I like the way the games plug in better with Streamlabs OBS. But much like Serato, Streamlabs OBS takes time to load depending on how much stuff you have connected. So Streamlabs OBS has to load the database. It has to connect to the Streamlabs website and all that stuff before it comes up. Where OBS doesn't connect to anybody, so it comes right up unless you add the Stream Elements plugin. It slows it down somewhat, but if I bring up OBS and I bring up Streamlabs side by side, OBS Studio will load faster than Streamlabs OBS, even with the plugins that I have in it. And then the more scenes, the more sources you have, the slower each one of them loads. But still, OBS Studio, in my opinion, beats Streamlabs OBS loading. I can actually come to my computer and turn on OBS 5 minutes before I start and be ready in 5 minutes. Where with Streamlabs, it's more like 15. So what we'll do, well, DJ T-Rail, let me, I'll do that. Let me play with it and see, because even if the software costs, I think it's available if you have Prime, and I'm a Prime subscriber to Streamlabs. Let me play with it and see if I can figure out what's going on, and then I can let you know what I find out. And that may be another Tech Talk Tuesday next week, just how to get that working. But I will let you know ahead of that, just so that you can get your streams working well. And God's Pearl, I got your text. Yeah, anytime. That's what I do. That's what Club Force is here for, support for support. Whatever you have that can benefit the streaming community, I will let people know. And I would say this, DJ T-Rail, I would do it right, because I've done it in the past. I could do it right now, but I know once I start Streamlabs, it may take a moment for it to load. And what's the name of the? Is it connected to the Streamlabs? What's the name of that thing? Is it connected to the Streamlabs app already, or is it a separate app in addition to the Streamlabs app? Let me just look. That's inside of the Streamlabs is remote control. Let's take a look at it. Oh, so it's called Streamlabs Deck. That's exclamation point heart, guys, plural, not at heart. Yep, I see it here. It's Streamlabs Deck. So I've already downloaded it. So it starts off saying it's a barcode that you can scan in Streamlabs to get it to work. So let's do this. It is a tech talk. Now, I'll just let you know what I mean. I just clicked Streamlabs OBS. It's now asking for permission to change settings on the computer. Actually, it's looking for the updater. So, I'll be talking to you while it's loading. With OBS Studio, at this point, I'd be ready to start streaming. And that's kind of why I shy away from Streamlabs OBS, or Slobs as it's commonly known. Ambassador, I hope I got my Wednesdays right. Is it this Wednesday that you're participating in your house raid? Or was that last Wednesday? I hope it wasn't last Wednesday. And Streamlabs OBS just loaded. This is why I don't use it that much. Oh, actually still loading. The screen has come up. Constructing additional widgets. Calibrating RMB, remembering all your chatters' names. Executing good vibe protocols. And Streamlabs is now up. So now it says to sync, scan the QR code and Streamlabs OBS. The full power of our desktop app controls right from your phone. So now we need to find this remote control setting. Settings, I'm going, that's probably the spot you'd have to go. Stream, output, audio, video, hotkeys, advanced, remote control, reveal the barcode. It's now connecting. Okay, I got a few error messages, but it looks like it's there now. So let me butt it against OBS. Okay, DJ T-Rail, I got it to connect. Um, Obviously, I'm not live with it, so I don't. It's not too many features that I don't do, but it's actually doing what I asked it to do. I can change the scene. And let's do this. So DJ T-Rail, you're at a point where you can look. Because with the app installed, I now can go and I control everything from here. So I want to go into studio mode. It switches to studio mode. Probably if I set up another scene, it would actually let me use it. Let's see if it syncs well with that. So let's see. I want to get rid of, I'll do this. I want to get rid of some media sources. So I want to get rid of media source. Webcam, let's say media source 3. So that's that one. Studio mode. Video source 2 should be at the bottom, right? My webcam is not functioning. I don't know why. Because it's in use with the other program. Never mind. Do this so that we can see what's going on. So there's kind of a delay in me seeing what I'm trying to do. So I'm waiting for it to catch up so that I can see to make sure that it's working right. Okay, so we have it. So here's the app, and it does what I tell it to do. So here I say enter studio mode. It enters studio mode. I tell it to turn studio mode off. It turns studio mode off. Turn it to turn on the video. It turns on the video. And then Google gets in the way. Desktop audio is turned off. I turn on Snoop. Snoop pops up. I turn off the fire. It turns off. So yeah, DJ T-Rail, I'm not sure. I mean, it gave me some error messages about connecting, but it connected just fine. It told me it didn't connect, but it actually did connect. Now, I will ask some basic silly questions. You have on your phone your Wi-Fi turned on, and your Wi-Fi is connected to the same source as Streamlabs OBS, right? Well, guys, Pearl, do you have OBS installed? Because that's kind of what this show is for, to help streamers stream. You know, DJ T-Rail, this feature right here would make me start using Streamlabs, even though it take a little longer to load. And see, and just for y'all understanding, I'm holding out and I want an ATEM, because the ATEM Mini or the ATEM Pro, the ATEM Pro can take the place of OBS. So I can actually lose a laptop and connect everything directly to the ATEM and connect directly to Twitch, or I can take the ATEM and connect. If I use the Mini, I can connect the ATEM Mini, all the devices to the ATEM Mini, and then have the ATEM Mini send the signal over to OBS, and that will save your computer a lot of processing time, because everything's being processed in the ATEM, and then the ATEM is just sending the signal to OBS. So when you do your scene transitions, you have multiple mics, you have multiple cameras. OBS is only getting one source, so it's not eating up all your resources on your computer to run OBS. So that's what I'm holding out for. Those are a little more pricey, but I'm holding out for them. I may even do a campaign or something to actually ask people to help me get it. Well, I don't sleep on Streamlabs, because Streamlabs has a great integration with its website, and all the stuff that I do with Streamlabs will I don't have to. I don't know where that came from. But with Streamlabs OBS, you don't have to do a lot of I consider like OBS Streamlabs OBS the virtual DJ of OBS because it kind of does everything for you once you set it up. And that's great until you want to use something else. Because Streamlabs or Slobs is slob dependent and slob only. So you can't plug in other services. Where you can use the, for example, the sources from other services, you can't integrate it into Streamlabs OBS. And it's kind of the same way. You can't integrate Streamlabs plugins into OBS Studio because they don't want you doing that. So that is not bad. That is not bad at all. That Streamlabs actually has a plugin that's free that you can configure your grid with. You gonna make me test it out now. See what you done. I'm gonna have to build a couple of scenes in here. And the thing that I like about that is that I don't have to be near the computer to switch scenes. Like, bye video. Don't have to be at the computer. Bye Snoop. Don't have to be near the computer. I'll fix my webcam later. I want to get rid of Studio and just make a blank screen. Bye. Now I want the video back. I like that. Now I want to put the studio back. Look at that. Nice. I wonder what happens when you close it. The connection fails. Okay, that's good enough. All right. So now, DJ T-Real, I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to go on ahead and do a tech talk just on the Streamlabs deck. That is an awesome feature right there. See, everybody's out there trying to change the game on us, and all we got to do is get out there and learn about it. And like I say, that's what these tech talks are for, to help us learn how to do various things. Did you ask the question already and I've forgotten it already? There's a possibility, but you'll be right back, so we'll find out. So I'm going to say that I'm going to probably hang around for about another 20 minutes. If we got any questions or anything, this is a great time to ask. Then we're going to find somebody to raid. God's Pearl, are you still there? If so, I got a question for you. Do you have a computer already to stream from do you have a computer to stream from? And she may have dropped off. I'll probably just catch her offline and answer those questions. Okay, what's your other question, DJ T-Real? For you Michiganders, I do have to go ahead and display that Michigan product that I'm using or drinking. And I'm still new to this stuff. I just realized in the back of my head that I'm streaming also on YouTube, and I'm also streaming on Facebook, and I may have questions there that I have not seen because I'm not there. Okay, when you come back, just let me know if you have a computer just for streaming. DJ Onyx Hart, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, fam? In this building, Club Force is showing up here, y'all. Make sure y'all follow DJ Onyx Hart. And we're just actually we were talking about Virtual DJ and the tip of the day option that Virtual DJ has. And then we started looking at the different streaming platforms that we have out there. So let me switch to the confusing screen here. There we go. So we at the segment now. We're about to raid out in about 13 minutes, and I'm just fielding questions streaming questions that people may have. Also allowing the different streamers here to let them share what they've been doing with their streams. DJ T-Rail was showing us how there's a feature in Streamlabs OBS. There's an app that you can put into your mobile devices called Streamlabs Dock that allows you to control your Streamlabs OBS from your mobile device. Yeah, I know you got Sam Broadcaster, and that's kind of why I split it up. It's a very select DJs that I know that use Virtual DJ, but like when I see something that catches my eye, I actually try and go out and showcase it. Because, and it's just me, I won't say they, me. I purchased a lifetime subscription with Virtual DJ, so anytime they do something new, I'm on it because I want to I want to get the best out of my buck. And Sam Broadcaster, I know of it, and I would use it more for streaming to a internet radio station and controlling the music there. But even with my radio station, I don't use Sam Broadcaster. I actually really do depend on the auto DJ feature that's on my internet radio station, and then have DJs connect and do their live sets that way. That way, for me anyway, it saves me a lot of resources. It saves me a lot of money with power, because if I stream it from here, then I have to have a computer running constantly, and that can wreak up a very high electric bill. So I do depend on the auto DJ there so that it actually covers the music. I purchased enough enough space to put what I want up there. And then I have DJs connect live to play, or DJs send me their mixes and I upload them and play them on the station. So and then the ambassador was sharing with me offline. I kind of brought it onto the Tech Talk Tuesdays. One of the things he just purchased, an Elgato Stream Deck that allows him to control OBS from that box, kind of the same way Streamlabs OBS allows you to use their app to control it. So, except it's hardwired via USB to the computer that's streaming OBS. Well, what are you adding RAM to? And here's my thing. If you're, I found it halfway through I say 6 months into me streaming, that a lot of my early issues with streaming was that my computer did not have enough RAM to do what I wanted to do. If I kept a very basic set, it would work, but as soon as I started loading it with all the graphics and stuff, it went south, and it went south fast. So I end up upgrading the RAM in my computer, and it was relatively inexpensive for me because I am an IT major, so it's nothing for me to go into a computer and upgrade something. But the for me, the rule of thumb is the more the better. The more RAM you can handle, your computer can handle, up to the max of that computer, I would put it in that computer so that you can get the best performance out of the computer. And I'll be the first to tell you that a desktop will outperform a laptop every time even if they're built exactly the same processor, the same RAM, the same amount of hard drive. A desktop will outperform a laptop. What's going on, DJ Dre? Alrighty, sir. Thank you for popping in. I got to reply to your email. I was just telling Miss Sexy E last night. I read your email, and I got to reply to it. I got to reply, but it's not something I want to talk about over the air. I do appreciate you, and my appreciation is going to be the response that I'm going to give you in the email. So kind of watching your box. And DJ Dre is a dope DJ and a dope producer. Some of the two people who really actually do my provide me with the music outside of the commercial music is So Many Walkers and DJ Dre. They can put collaborations together, and it is out of this world. Well, now, DJ T-Rail, you can buy from Amazon. I have no problem with that. I think Micro Center in Madison Heights will beat Amazon's price. You just got to go pick it up. No, thank you. I appreciate you, DJ Dre, as always. And catch you later. But when you get the amount, depending on it, it is relatively easy to replace the RAM. But the question will be, how much RAM is in your computer? And how much RAM is the max your computer can take? Because if you're going to upgrade it and you can afford it, because I know that's always a factor, if you can afford it and upgrade it, I would just go straight to the top. I wouldn't like increase it a little bit, and then when I get some more money, increase it some more. Just go ahead, find out what the max is that your laptop can handle, and then find out what's in your laptop. So Many Walkers, what's going in, checking in as well. I was just talking about you. You hear your music in the background, right? I was just telling everybody about you and DJ Dre, who are the people who supply me with their music and give me this awesome music that I have in the background. So y'all make sure y'all following So Many Walkers. He is an awesome DJ, a dope producer. What's going on, Tremaine? So you can go up to 32 mega RAM, and you currently got 8. go ahead, man. I would say, find out. Now the next step is, once you know, since you know the max that you can add, the next thing is to find out the type of RAM that you're taking and how the RAM is in there. So if, for an example, with mine, it has 2 memory slots. So it's the max my Dell's can take is 16 gig of RAM. So that means I had to buy 2 8 gig of RAM cards to get it going. Or in my case, it had 8 in there, so I had to buy a second 8 one. But then at the same time, you want to make sure that you're buying the same type of RAM that's already in your computer, unless you're taking it completely out. Because if you have 2 different types of RAM in your computer, that's going to hinder your performance. That's right, y'all. Make sure you're all following So Many Walkers. He is Club Force. Make sure you're following Tremaine. Tremaine 80. So that like I say, DJ T-Rail, let's see, yes, my head is to take back. It's 16 in there now. So it's 16 in there now. So yeah, if you double that to 32 and your laptop takes 32, you will be surprised on what you can do with your OBS, because that is a major, RAM is a major part of it. 2 things that run it: processor and RAM. If you make sure you got an i5 processor or higher, if it's an Intel, I don't off the top of my head know the AMD equivalents, but if they're i5 or higher, they'll do just great. If you have i7s, you can actually do remote game playing from your PlayStations. I have a PlayStation 4. Miss Sexy has a PlayStation 4, and we were going to try and look at having gaming night with our grandson as he plays Fortnite, but we need to upgrade to an i7 processor to do that. Well, i5s work well. Like I say, I'm running 2 i5s right now, but then like I say, I have, and that probably the biggest difference with the i5s and 16 gig of RAM, I'm running the show on 2 devices, one for the music, one for OBS. But if I were to have an i7 with 32 or 64 gig of RAM, I could do that all on one device. So this gives you an idea of what you need. The goal here is that me and Miss Sexy E are going to actually build a supercomputer so that we can both stream off of it. And once that happens, y'all, look out. You think the graphics on this on here is dope now? Wait until we do that. And if we don't have any questions, we actually passed the 7 o'clock hour. And I didn't want to be on here too much past 7 o'clock. I do got to spend some time and take care of Miss Sexy E. And, you know, we got to get dessert in and all that stuff before the night's over with. We've changed our diet, y'all. We try and eat by 4 or 5 p.m. with a snack around 7 or 8 p.m. and that's it. I have noticed a difference in how I'm losing my weight. And even in my blood sugar has been coming down real slowly since I've been doing that. So, y'all, who should we raid? Who should we raid? Do we want to keep with a talk show vibe? Do we want to go to some music? Because we kind of did both here. And just so you know, so many walkers, you know, I'm a virtual DJ guy. So the auto mix option is on. So it's just like playing everything you sent me. And it's actually putting in a pretty decent mix. Oh, Lashley Naya is on. That's right. She starts at 7. That's where we're going. She is also Club Force. And I think this will be the first time I'm rating her. I don't know if she has filled out her paperwork. She has made affiliate, but we're waiting for her to fill out her paperwork, or we're waiting on Twitch to give her the green light. Okay, she has not made affiliate yet. She's doing it after the show. Okay, so I was gonna say we was gonna raid her and actually give her some love and some with some subscriptions and some bits, but she's not ready for that yet. But we're gonna go ahead and raid her and let her know that Club Force is there for her. So if we don't have any well, I can go ahead and hit the raid option. Now, I'm going to look again. For you Streamlabs people, did you notice that the end credits disappeared on you? Or was that just a little glitch yesterday? Let me look again today. Yeah, did you notice? Is it just me, or did the end credits disappear on you? I see the media share. I see the star goals. And I will say, as I'm looking for this stuff, Facebook, YouTube, this is the part that you missed. We actually go raid into another streamer or another streamer so that we can keep the vibe going. So you just don't go to an end. And if you want to participate in that, you need to come over and join us here at Twitch, www.twitch.tv/DJ The Force. And then what'll happen is when the show ends, instead of you just going to dead air or end credits, you can actually raid into another awesome streamer. Once I flip over, refresh. I'll give it a shot. Flipping over and refreshing. If I can't find it, we'll just worry about it next time. Nope, still not there. Let's do it this way. I'm going to manually go there. So I manually went there. We're going to do it that way. How about that? It's a glitch. Like I said, I manually typed it in and went over. So we're going to get ready to raid on out here. Raiders, make sure you're copying the emotes. The raid emotes from Miss Sexy E. As we gonna show some strong Club Force love. Again, I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me today. credits are not on this view. I thought it was. Start, exit. Yep. I'll put it on there for the next time. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and go on over. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all show Lashy Naya some love. Let her know that Club Force is coming in strong. See you Thursday for Thursday House Tracks. Peace.